Hey, it's your girl KV coming at you with another review for Sisters. I really thought I picked up my silver hoops, but it looked like I picked up my gold ones. I changed them after my video. Sisters, season 8, episodes 10 and 11. I said, who leaves off on 10 and 11? Maybe some random with the numbering and things. But episode 10 is Forget Me Not. Let's hop right on into it. I'm trying to see if I can do this video in 20 minutes, even though it's 2 episodes. Maybe not. But top of the episode, we see that Gary has somehow snuck out of the hospital, and he is at Andy's penthouse in his hospital robe, booty out, okay? Her doorman calls up there like, are you okay? He was about to call 911, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, yeah, because who let this crazy man wearing nothing but a hospital gown up to the penthouse? What a safety hazard. Like, tell me that my life is not safe in this penthouse without telling me that my life is not safe in this penthouse. Okay, just ridiculous. She asks him, is his memory coming back? And he's just like, I don't know. And she's like, okay. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, bombard you with all these things at once. He apologizes well. He just don't know what's going on. It seems like he legit has some short-term memory loss, right? She is calling somebody. She tried to call the hospital or something, but he's just like, Andy, I need your help. You're the only one that I could trust. She gives him some clothes to put on. It was Jordan's clothes. He was like, were these mine? She's like, just put them on. And he gets to putting them on, y'all. And he walking out, and you can tell it's like a little too small. A little too small. So he like, yeah, like in the crotch, like, yeah, he definitely smaller than me. These ain't my clothes. I'm like, dang, not you trying to say I got the big D over here. Whoever clothes these is, he ain't hitting it like I hit it. Okay, I said, Gary, stop it, okay? So she calls Hudson like, hey, Gary is here. Hudson starts yelling at her about kidnapping and all that stuff. But he comes on over to get Gary. In the meantime, Robin ends up popping up and like, girl, what is this going on, Gary, in your house and stuff? Hudson comes and takes Gary back to the hospital, but it took Andy acting all lovey-dovey to get him to go. He's like, but I want to stay here with you. And she's like, listen, I'm going to finish up this meeting, and I'm going to go to some see you. And it was funny because before Hudson had got there, her and Robin were like right across the room talking about Gary while he's sitting there eating. He's like, I can hear you. Oh, no, we're not talking about you. We're talking about a client. I said that was real goofy for that. But yeah, so Hudson takes him on back to the hospital. Now, Robin and Andy are alone again in her apartment for the umpteenth time. Robin basically chastises her for falling for Gary's shenanigans, and then he ends up like pleading for her love and stuff. But she shuts it down because she's like, how self-centered and manipulative of you to confess your love for me while I'm in this tight position. And it was just a mess. She tells him that she's going back to work sooner than he wants. Okay. Next, we see Danny at work, and she is sexting Tony, and the white boy is just staring like, She's like, I'm fine, but relax. He on the phone with his mama. Mom, I'm gonna call you back. Mom, I'll call you back. Ridiculous. She calls Sabrina, and she's just like, Sabrina's like, girl, what is going on? Are you having sex? She's like, no, girl, I'm at work and I'm dealing with this white boy. He getting on my nerve. I got a page. Yeah. Talk me down, girl. I got a page. She's just like, woo, girl, yeah. Paige was over here acting a fool, but Maurice got her together. She's like, oh yeah. Give me Maurice, girl. No, go handle your work mess. I just got him his job back. He don't need to be getting into no mess. Okay, then Tony is the worst of the boyfriends for me. He comes over with his annoying self as if they technically haven't already been found out. He's her supervisor, right? You are her direct supervisor, and y'all are in a relationship. I'm sure that is against some type of company rules. Somebody has already figured this out because you bumped her up in the leadership program, even though she be late, leaving early and stuff. So the fact that he's still openly, publicly flirting with her at work, as if they don't have such a public front-facing job at that. You're in a place where there's cameras everywhere. It's the airport. And there are people, there are patrons, there are people that's about to get on their flight, right? They're sitting in y'all face while y'all doing all this. And they see and hear all of this. So it truly annoys me because Tony tries to give Danny all this talk about professionalism and what she needs to do and this, that, and the third. Where it's like, you talking about her vices, but yes, sex is your vice. And we will get there later, okay? He's trying to get Danny over to his office so that they can smash. And being real, like, yeah, girl, like, all up in the ear, bodies touching, like, somebody both come fight. Everybody need to be fired from their job. Karen well, Sabrina was already fired, so she's good for now. Karen owns her salon, so cool. But Danny, how she ain't get fired from the airport yet is beyond me. And Andy, we'll get there too. So, like I said, he is the most annoying of the boyfriends because he be wanting her to advance in life, but he's doing something that could directly set her back. So it's like, common sense. Where is it? We see Zach. He done stopped at the shop to check on Karen, and him and Aaron basically get into a pissing contest. Aaron is feeling the baby kick. Zach sees it. He's like, well, I want to feel the baby kick too. And he's like, yeah, you should let baby daddy number 2 get a chance. Zach is sad because the babies is not kicking for him. But she's like, it's okay. And he's like, take care of our little soccer players. And Zach is like, no, they playing football. Aaron ends up leaving, but of course they go through some more squabble because Aaron keep on being like, baby daddy number 2, daddy number 2. He's like, nigga, stop calling me daddy. Like, you're weird. This storyline with them being back beefing is so annoying because they kind of made up over making the cribs together when Zach didn't know what he was doing. It was moments where it's like the crib putting together and the baby shower where they made up. So to put them back in this little stupid pissing contest when it really doesn't have to be, is so tired. Zach doesn't want Karen. He has a whole fiance. Karen is all for the taking. If you don't get her, it's because she don't want you. So for you to be mad at Zach, like, what is the point? He got a baby that got to take care of there too. Do you want to take care of both of these babies alone? Like, it's just annoying, okay? Annoying. Karen asks if he's okay, and she just want to make sure that he don't miss no milestones in the baby's life because, you know, he's got Michael now, and he missed everything with Michael because he didn't know that boy existed until recently, right? You can tell the conversation of Michael makes her uncomfortable because does Zach cheat? I think he cheated on her and had sex with Heather, the stripper, when Michael was conceived. Either that or they was on a break and ended up getting right back together. But either way, there's that. He tries to go in for a hug, and she's like, me and Fatima just made up. I don't need no mess. Take it over there. Speaking of Fatima, she ends up calling. He like, go ahead, answer the phone. She's like, nah, you go ahead, leave. He ends up finally leaving, and he's like, my kid was in there beating his kid up. So Fatima is calling Karen, and it's about business, y'all. Hayden has her in charge of Miss Marie's cases, and they need to meet up just to go over the contracts, make sure everything is on the up and up. Karen is worried, but Fatima lets her know it's all good. That's when they're in the meeting. She's just like, does she want to pull out? Does she want her money back? What's going on, Fatima? Tell me. You know, Karen in that little country accent, child, it be cracking me up. So, you know, Fatima, you know, girl, no, it's good. She's not trying to pull her money back. She just want to make sure the contract and everything is good. Hayden ends up coming in there and just completely insulting Pam and Karen. Who does this? He's telling them that they ghetto and they some hood rats and they little hood rat product is tearing people hair up and just your little ghetto shop. You letting her making this little hood rat product at your ghetto shop. Just completely insulting them. And I'm like, You are a lawyer at a law firm. Regardless of you like them, if you feel like they are worthy of Miss Marie's investment or not, she gave them money. She's a partnership in their business. They are basically your client too. So to be bad mouthing them and stuff, it's like, Hayden need to be fired too. I am so sick of him because he just be doing the absolute most. Fatima calls him out into the hallway and she's like, well, clearly you don't know who Miss Marie is if you think that she don't see herself in them, because she was a hood rat too. She was in a singing group singing about being in the projects, being a single mom, and you need to get with the program. That's why she invested in them. They just like her at that age, yada, yada, yada. He ends up backing off and lets her handles it. Karen and her, they're both kind of, hopeful for this new relationship because they're like, wow, we really gonna be working together, girl. Because, that's what, so as they're finishing up the meeting, once Fatima heads back in there, they're worried because Hayden was like, I'm going to tell her to pull her investment. I'm going to tell her, I'm going to recommend that she pulls her funds and she doesn't work with you anymore. So, of course, they in there worried, thinking, dang, we knew this was going to happen. But she comes in there and lets them know. I got him in check. She like, okay, you got him in check? Yeah, girl, I'm used to dealing with that fool. I got him in check. So she's like, okay, well, let's talk for a minute. And Pam is like, what? And then she's like, okay, I guess it's fine because you big and pregnant and I'm sure you got a probation officer. Why she say that to me? I'm sure you got a probation officer. So she lets her know, we're going to be good. She lets her know, hey, I'm running lead on your case, so you're going to be dealing with me directly. Is that cool? She said, you know what? It is cool. I am good with that. They're hopeful for this new relationship. Rich comes up to Sabrina's job, and we're just gonna knock them out for this episode and the next. He comes up to Sabrina's job and gives her a basketball. He wants to double date and do a basketball game with Maurice and Grayson, but of course Maurice ain't doing that. He not finna mess up his nails. I said, in what world did you think Maurice was gonna even touch a basketball? Stop playing. They go out there, just the two of them. Sabrina beats him. He's a smidge bit of a sore loser, just, in that moment. But he's like, oh, you got lucky. You got lucky. Yeah, girl. You got lucky. Sabrina has to get him together. She said, listen, you got to be better for our future in order. You can't be letting her know. You can't be letting her feel like skill and talent isn't responsible for her success. Don't be telling me that I'm lucky. You better. And he turns it on around. He gets a call from the lab that he needs to come in because something is wrong with his sample. I said, baby, he done finally came around to the idea of kids and he ain't gonna be able to have kids. What a mess. Tyler's so messy. Tyler's so messy. Episode 11, breathe. The 1 and then the 2, 2 and then the 3. Then you gotta breathe. I remember that. Who was that? Fabulous? I think it was Fabulous. Let me sip some tea, Mosa. It's more Prosecco than tea. Hubby was just trying to get it to me real fast. Breathe. Andy tells Robin that she is coming back to work at the firm because she needs to reclaim what's hers, okay? Just like I told Fatima, I got your back, girl. She said, well, why you got me cooped up like some little damsel in distress or something? He's like, optics, okay? You got to act like you care. She gets to going off on him and acting like he did something wrong. He's basically just keep trying to reassure her that he has her best interest at heart. And my thing is like, you let Gary ruin your life, okay? Like he said, it's been one salacious scandal after another. And that's because you have been dealing with Gary way longer than you should have. When you first found out he was married, you should have been over it. He came over there, tried to squoze you to death and bruised her ribs or something like that. You should have been done with it. After that, he buys you the penthouse, the Rolls Royce, and all this stuff. And you don't necessarily take him back immediately, but you leave it in the lingering because taking that place means he has access to it. Right. And then it was right across from her apartment building, so it was perfect for him to stalk her. And then once she got raided by the feds, Baby, that should have absolutely been your last straw. You should have sold that penthouse or something, or that use it as an investment property. You should have got out that penthouse, moved somewhere where he can't find you. Don't even put the house in your name, girl. It's just so many things that should have happened after that first incident with the feds. But it's Andy. So he confesses that he's in love with her and the kiss that never happened. He wondered what would have happened if he had kissed her, and he asked for consent for a kiss. Boy, bye. Boy, bye. She's like, you got me messed up. I'm not dealing with this foolishness. So she's at the office. She's walking through the parking lot, and somebody is following her. She's suspicious. She does the slow look around and walks on in. She runs right into Fatima, and Fatima lets her know, hey, all the uppers are in this meeting, and she worried. They come out this meeting, and one of the guys are like, I'm sorry, Andy. I'm sorry it had to be like this, but it's for the best. So once Robin comes out, she demands that he tells her what's happening. Okay, they are suspending her pending the outcome of the investigation. And they are also rescinding the partner offer. And she slaps him and says that he's been lying and scheming and been trying to, dig a hole for her to get more power in the company. I said, ain't he part owner? Didn't he get all that money to be part owner? Getting you up out of here don't make him no more powerful, no more ownership. Like, girl, what? It just don't be making no sense. And it's not his sole decision, is it? It might be. Well, no, it's a whole board. He probably had a say in it, but girl, it is best that you stay your crazy butt at home. You supposed to be keeping up optics that your fiance that you was literally about to marry on your wedding night got stabbed. It's not you, but you want to go right back to work the next day. Like you care nothing about this man. She's slow. She a lawyer, but she's slow, okay? She goes outside to leave because she lets everybody know she mad and all that. She's still being followed and ends up macing someone. Okay, macing someone. Next, we see Karen. She's trying to do hair, and she's on the phone with Aaron. They agree to have a dinner so that she can catch him up on the business matters since they had this meeting. And Pam is just like, oh, okay, can I come too since it's a business meeting? Absolutely not. She said, I figured because he want that whole thing back, okay? And then in this same little moment, excuse me, Zach is blowing her up. He done looked up pacifiers, schools, all the baby stuff. And it's overwhelming her. She's over here trying to do hair, and now she like, look at all this stuff. She's just super duper distracted. The girl in the chair ends up getting up like, baby, I ain't finna do this with you. You way too distracted. I'll be back when you can focus on my hair. Okay? She leaves. Karen ends up going over to their house because she wants to talk to Zach. Fatima don't let her. Fatima was talking way too long at that door. Girl, let her in. You know she there for Zach. You know she ain't there for no mess. She big and pregnant. Y'all just agreed to be cool because y'all gotta do this business stuff. Fatima like, okay, what do you want? Okay, why are you here? Oh, you want Zach. Why didn't you just say that, girl? Why else would she be there? They be playing too much. Fatima is still confused. So the three of them are just kind of standing there like, what's going on? And Karen is like, Zach, stop texting me. Fatima and them like, texting her? She's like, yeah, he done texted me all these lists about all this stuff. And Fatima looks at him and was like, Zach, the babies aren't even here yet. And Karen is like, Zach, and they end up basically agreeing that Zach is doing the most and he has to calm down. She's like, Zach, you sent me like 100 texts. Fatima says, no, and Zach was probably 150. She knows that he can get obsessive about things at times, so she kind of does side with Karen. And then Karen was like, and the nerve of you to tell me not to breastfeed so that y'all can get the baby early. Fatima went off. Fatima was like, are you serious? You told her not to breastfeed? He was like, I just figured it'd be easier if she don't breastfeed because we can get our baby sooner and it'll at least take one baby off her hands. She's like, listen, I don't want my twins being apart, so You already know what it is. They a package deal, okay? But they, keep going with this little argument. Yada yada. Danny and Tony, they're having date night with no weed, no drink, because she's trying to make sure, you know, she not relying on vices. You know what I mean? They get ready to smash, and she tells him that Lucretia asked her if sex is also a mind-numbing vice too. They kind of go to this back and forth, and he's like, well, sorry to trigger you. No, he said something like, oh, so now I'm a trigger or something. And she's like, can we not talk about triggers today? I just don't have, sorry to trigger you. Like I said, Tony is my least favorite of the boyfriends because he's so extremely childish. He is not, he don't bring no goodness to Danny's life. Like, she is not happier because Tony is in her life. She's happier because she gets access to regular sex, but she is not happier because it's Tony in particular. So I just really want him gone, especially for this next little scene. He gets mad because she's like, she needs to cool down. So he's trying to talk to her while she's still in this moment of being mad, and she's just like shuffling around doing stuff in the kitchen, and he's like, oh, well, I leave, and gets up, take the wine, and leave. That right there, that'll make me want to break up with you. I'm sorry. That will make me want to break up with you. You're leaving at the first sign of me needing to take a deep breath and recollect myself? I can see if an hour went by and I still ain't said nothing, I'm still being stubborn, I still won't talk. But at the first sight of me being like, you finna dip out and leave, you care nothing about my feelings. Nothing. Tell me you hate me without telling me you hate me. So she throws the flowers at him and he leaves. She's stressed. She's looking for her vape. She hits the vape and then she realizes something is wrong with her and she calls 911 because she thinks she's having a heart attack. Close enough, babe. You're having a panic attack. We see that Gary is in the hospital. Hudson got him to go back. And he's hollering at him because he do not know who this man is, okay? He don't know who this is. And Hudson basically has him sedated. Oh, I didn't want to do this, Gary. Has him sedated. We see Hayden come tell Fatima that he is headed out to a meeting. She brings up Gary and Tamara on some slick stuff like, I know they was smashing without saying that she knew it, right? She's like, yeah, oh, okay, you finna go see Gary? You better take Tamara. I'm sure he'd love to see her. And he goes on home to smash on Tamara and tells her that he's going to the hospital to see Gary. She's like, listen, last time you went to the hospital to see Gary, last time you went to go see Gary, he was stabbed. Well, so this fool goes up there and tries to put a pillow over Gary's face to smother him. Meanwhile, Penelope is at the police station being questioned, and Jordan is trying to get some answers. He's asking the front desk lady, where's my sister? I need my sister. My name is such and such. And she's like, I know who you are. You that pedophile that was running for council, right? You and your lawyer girlfriend, y'all stabbed a crazy deranged ex. He like, this is highly inappropriate. I'm just looking for my sister. She like, well, the longer she's back there, the worse it is. And she was like, oh, he was just like, listen, just tell me what my sister is. The sister that stabbed your ex-girlfriend's deranged ex-boyfriend. She was like, y'all been to talk on ATL talk for days. She know everything that's going on. I said, this is a mess, not the ATL scoop. Okay? And so, whole time Penelope is back there telling everything. She basically like, well, I must have did it because I was covered in his blood. Penelope. Girl. I'd have been like, I've been blacking out on these meds. I don't know what happened. Your guess is good as mine. You got some footage? Show me some footage. Maybe it'll come back to me. So she done basically confessed to this murder. So they trot her on off in the handcuffs. And Jordan is crushed. He's crushed. Okay. So, yeah, I think this was I don't think we're getting one. Oh yeah, we're definitely not getting one tomorrow because it's Christmas Day. So we're not getting one tomorrow. So that's why they gave us two, because for next week, I suppose. And then first week of January, we'll get a new one. But make sure y'all thumbs up me, likes the video, baby. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment and let me know what y'all think. Oh, and also we saw Hudson like step over to the side. That's how Hayden got in the hospital room with nobody in there. Hayden stepped over to the side like, we have a problem. I said, yeah, because it's given you the one that did it. So I have been kind of surfing through the Facebook sisters groups to see what theories people got. Somebody took it way back. They said he must work for what's the wife name? The ex-wife, whatever Gary's ex-wife was that he was with when he was with Andy. They said he must work for her, and she tried to take him out. She probably got some policies out on him and stuff. I said, ooh, that'll be funny. That'll be funny. That'll be so soap opera-ish if they go that far back with all of these new beefs that he has of people that would want to him, you know. But that is the end of this episode, y'all. Make sure y'all like the video. Until next time, Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve, y'all. I got my Christmas pajamas on. We got our matching pajamas on Christmas Eve. My dad's side of the family, we get together. We have little, you know, tapas and drink, and we be doing karaoke and playing games, just having a good old time. So I'm gonna get ready for that after I finish these videos. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do one more. Until next time, bye.